Well, good morning, fellow Awkwardnauts. As you can tell from the terrible lighting, I'm back in Ottawa, and I'm also back in my kitchen, doing dishes.
TFTV, hey!
So, I'm just gonna take care of business this week. I'm gonna, do a bunch of the things that I was supposed to have done over the past, couple of weeks, like my own challenge, and I'm gonna, give you kind of a wrap up of everything that I've been doing over this month because it's been crazy. So, yeah, let's start with the Proust questionnaire, shall we? What do you regard as the lowest depth of misery? Either being alone without the choice of company or being forced into company without the choice of being alone. Where would you like to live? Somewhere on the East Coast or in Europe. Like, even in the East Coast of the States, New England is gorgeous. I drove through a bunch of New England on this trip. It's so nice. What is your idea of earthly happiness? Freedom is my idea of earthly happiness. The freedom to, be with people should I want to, be alone if I want to, not have to worry about money, be able to play music, being able to play music as my profession would be just absolutely fabulous. To what faults do you feel most indulgent? Gluttony and lust. Definitely. Yeah. Who are your favorite heroes of fiction? Anti-heroes, just generally. They're kind of, they're so much more complex and complicated than real, regular heroes or villains. Their motives are not always clear. They're not always necessarily driven by the right thing at first, or at least they're not necessarily driven by the right thing. They are driven by what is right. Who are your favorite characters in history? I am a big fan of scientists for the most part. They're pretty brave folks, especially back, Galileo and Leonardo da Vinci. Like, they had balls standing up for what they were talking about. I mean, they were just, they were going against the grain and talking about things that, people didn't want them to talk about. It was too easy to just kind of go along and accept what everyone had been told. The earth was flat, the universe revolved around us, stuff like that. Those are people who I really think are deserving of praise in history. The conquering hero, well, history is written by the victors, so conquering hero doesn't really have much of a leg to stand on. Who are your favorite heroines in real life? I liked Mother Teresa. She was pretty awesome. Who are your favorite heroines of fiction? Favorite heroine of fiction. I've never read The Hunger Games, which I know is a sin, but so I can't say Cat from The Hunger Games. Arwen in the Lord of the Rings books, and Éowyn. Mostly Éowyn, actually. Arwen's kind of sucks. Éowyn's definitely got some chutzpah. Who is my favorite painter? Salvador Dali. My favorite musician? Bach. The quality of you most admire in a man. truthfulness to self. Quality you most admire in a woman. Understanding. Your favorite virtue. Honesty is my favorite virtue. My favorite occupation? Music. Who would you have liked to be? A rich person in 19th century Britain. That's what I would like to have been. Sounds like a pretty good life. In other news, I have gotten a new bass because on my way to the Chamber Music Festival, I stopped in to a bass shop in Connecticut because surprisingly, to go through the States or to go through Canada to get to the ferry, there's only about 30 kilometers or 30 miles, I can't remember, in the difference. So it's really not that much time. So I went that way. I was going to get a bunch of repairs done and pick up a loaner bass and do the festival on that, right? And when I got there, it turned out that there was more wrong with George than I had thought, and it was going to take a lot more money to repair. So it ended up being more cost effective to put money towards a new instrument, which this one is, and then to repair George. So I played the festival on this bass, which is named Rose because she has a rosewood strip down the back, which is very unusual actually. It's very interesting. And then I went back through the States, finalized the sale of this one as well as George, because George has now gone to someone else who they did most of the really major repairs and are taking it as is. One of the big things that I didn't want to repair or pay the money to repair is something that's a lot more long term, like it doesn't have to be dealt with right away, but you know, it's the short and long of it was that George was never going to get any better than he was. So now I've got an instrument that will continue to get better and is already better than the instrument I had. So it's moving up in the world, I guess. So this is Rose. Everybody say hello. As you guys could tell from the video I posted, did I post one or two? I can't really remember. I think I just posted one. But I mean, I pretty much ran myself ragged for the whole 2 weeks I was in Newfoundland because I was up and at the school practicing by about 9 o'clock, and most of the time I wouldn't get out of there until probably somewhere around 11. The only time I would go anywhere is to go home for dinner. So I mean, it was pretty crazy 2 weeks, but I mean, learned a huge amount, and I just, like, I played a whole lot of music. I had a really great time, and it was worth every penny, and it was worth every hour of missed sleep. It was so much fun. So, actually, my new profile picture on Facebook is me playing in a place called The Kirk, which is a Presbyterian church in St. John's, Newfoundland. We did a bunch of like lunchtime concerts there, so I did a solo. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see what we do with themes, discussion stuff. Sounds like a lot of fun. I don't know what's going on for this week, because it's technically this week now. But I'm excited, and I'll do my best to be informed when I have my video on Wednesday. So Lauren, I will see you tomorrow, and everyone else, you'll see me on Wednesday.